Is this frequency in use? This is Kilo India 5, Delta Oscar Golf, KI5 DOG, and my name is David. My station is in the Rio Grande Valley of deep South Texas, and welcome to this episode of 73 in the RGV. This episode is being recorded on Saturday, June 14, 2025, for online publication on Sunday, June 15, 2025. Welcome, everybody. I am David, call sign KI5DOG, and welcome to 73 in the RGV. And as always, the task and purpose of this podcast is to share information to get you, the listener, a little bit more about what's going on in the Rio Grande Valley, deep South Texas, in the amateur radio community. And again, if you're interested on becoming a licensed amateur radio operator, by all means, please do not hesitate to reach out. Visit the various club websites. I do have them in the show notes. I also have them on the YouTube channel. They're down below in the show notes. So again, don't hesitate. And remember, to be, or how to become one, is to ask one. And then trust me, we will all share information. I mean, that's why I created this podcast, to share that information. By no means am I saying I'm the authority, but I'd like to say I'm a point of contact that can direct you and put you on the right path to getting you what you need. And for today's episode, speaking of getting you the right information, I want to correct an omission. Actually, it's correcting a missed opportunity, really, what it is. And this episode technically should fall in line with episode 2. So please consider this episode as the second page of episode number 2 of 73 in the RGV. And this one deals with getting registered with the Federal Communications Commission and getting yourself the Federal Communications Commission Registration Number, or FRN. FRN, Foxtrot Romeo November. And an FRN, again, as I said, is the FCC's registration number. It's a 10-digit unique identifier assigned by the FCC to a business or individual who conducts business with the FCC. And getting licensed is conducting business with the FCC. So having your FRN will make it easier for you to get yourself on the air faster. See, once you receive your call sign, once you get that email or however you choose to get it, you will need to associate that call sign with your FRN. So while you're waiting, you can, you took the test, you took the training, you took the test, you passed it, and now you're waiting to get your number. You can get your FRN. Or as part of getting ready for testing, you can get the FRN. And so either way, you get it before you start the pushing of your microphone, before you key up your mic. So again, the FRN. So once you have your call sign, you're going to associate it with your FRN. And we're going to walk you through a couple of things. The link to the FCC website is in the show notes. And one of the first things that we need to do is actually go to the FCC's CORES, Charlie Oscar Romeo Echo Sierra CORES, CORES website. And we're going to click on the register button on the bottom center of that page. And then we begin the process of filling out the requested information. And some of that requested information is having a username. You're going to need that to create the CORES registration. And then follow the instructions to register your username and password. And again, don't lose your password. You can get it back. It's all pretty much very easy to get it back, but you don't want to lose it right up front, right? So make sure you have it someplace. Then register for a new FRN. Once logged in, navigate to the Register New FRN link. Indicate whether you're registering as an entity or an individual, entity being a business, and if your contact address is within the United States or its territories. Now, again, this is just for U.S.-based individuals or territories. Now, continue through the registration process, providing the required information. And then fill out all the required fields, including your social security number, if applicable. Again, if you're doing this as an individual, submit the form. Now, after you submit the form, you'll receive an FRN registration confirmation page with your new FRN number. That's it. That's your FRN. All right. Now you can log back into the CORES page and manage your FRN, including updating or viewing it. So if you need to change it, maybe your address changed, got to get it. Don't delay in getting that fixed. Don't delay in getting that updated. Now, Things to know. The FRN, like I said, is a 10-digit unique number assigned to you or to the entity. You're doing business with the FCC, an entity is doing, that number is needed. And again, you'll also need the FRN to file certain documents with the FCC, such as ownership reports and, of course, registering your call sign, because they don't know who you are at this point. They don't know, because when you filled everything out, if you had the FRN number, you could associate it there in your registration. But if you didn't have it, they don't know it. So, when I'm talking at the time of testing, they don't know it. You didn't have it. They're going to need to know it to make that association. So, but it is recommended to get your FRN before taking any FCC exam. It'll make things a little bit easier. And now it does say here that the FCC no longer accepts Social Security numbers for FRN. Now this is first-time exam applicants must obtain FCC registration number, and again, that's from the ARRL website, and so we'll cover that. What else does this say? An FCC instructional video provides step-by-step instructions on how to obtain the FRN through the FCC's Commission Registration System, or CORES, CO Commission Registration RE, and then S System CORES. The FRN the FRN is required for all new applicants to take an amateur exam, and is used afterwards by the applicant to download the license document from the FCC. So there you go. So there it is. And again, under the Universal Licensing System, the ULS. So that has that. And of course, in the next episode, we will pick up with the vanity call signs, and we'll talk more about vanity call signs in that next episode. Basically, if you're not happy with the way your call sign was assigned, what you got for a call sign, you can request a vanity. You basically request a change of your call sign according to them, according to the FCC's rules and regs. But we'll cover that in the next episode. So either way, you've got to get that FRN. You're going to need it. There it is. There's that link. I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and it does walk you through it. You'll do the login or register if you need to register. And again, register new FRN. So once you create your account, you'll need to register the FRN. It will ask you, is your contact address within the United States? Are you registering as an individual or as a business? And then do you wish to proceed with the CORES FRN registration or a restricted use FRN registration? And obviously in this case you want to do the CORES FRN registration. Continue on, fill in the information. It does ask you for your employee, your EIN. So again, your business EIN, there it is, if you're a business. And your employer identification number. Again, that's also a 10-digit number. And you continue on with all that. Address, name, salutations if you got one, if you want one. And proceed again to get the registration. And then that registration will just be, will reflect back your application. It'll show your application. It'll show your the information you provided in the application. It will show you your email address, your phone number, all that information you provided prior to. And then that should pretty much confirm that. And then you'll need it once you're ready to start getting into the system and working it, getting it under control. So again, don't hesitate. Get that FRN. You're going to really, truly need it. Get it before you take the test or immediately after the test. You do not need to have the FRN when you take the test, but it helps because it'll already be assigned to you. But after the fact, you'll need to go in there and associate it. And I cannot stress that enough. So again, the FRN, how to get an FRN, how to get licensed, all that information, register for a new FRN in the FCC's CORES system. It's there in the show notes down below. So if you're watching or if you're listening to this on our podcast, in the show notes down below, as you scroll through it, you're going to see the links. And of course, on our YouTube channel, the links will be there as well. Alrighty. So don't delay, don't hesitate. Get you that FRN number. And like I said, I do apologize for not including it as part of episode 2, but we didn't get too far away from it before we remedied this situation. All right, let's continue. We got some stuff to talk about. All right, now it's time to talk about upcoming events. That's right. This information is drawn from various sources, web and social media and things and places and people. No, it's various sources. Of course, if there's an event or a project or a program or testing dates on your schedule, and I do not mention it here, then please feel free to drop me an email at ki5dog@yahoo.com. Again, that's Kilo India 5 Delta Oscar Golf, all the letters, ki5dog@yahoo.com, and let's get that information on the air. Let's get that information here forever on the internet. Alrighty, so let's make the rounds. Let's visit the websites. Let's visit the social media accounts. Let's start off with the RIOARC.org website, the Rio Amateur Radio Club. That's right, at the RIOARC.org website. Let's go to the planned events section, and the planned events section talks about the Rio Amateur Club invites you to ARRL's Amateur Radio Relay League Field Day 2025. Again, this is straight from their website. Join the Rio Amateur Radio Club, or the Rio ARC, for ARRL Field Day 2025 on June 28, 1 p.m. to June 29, 1 p.m. 2025 at Spotted Sea Trout Park, formerly known as the Rio Hondo Public Boat Ramp, Rio Hondo, Texas. Whether you are a licensed amateur radio operator, an aspiring ham, or just curious about radio communications, this is a great opportunity to learn, connect, and have fun. Now, what is the ARRL Field Day? Well, ARRL Field Day is the largest on-the-air amateur radio event in North America, bringing together operators across the country for 24 hours of emergency preparedness, technical demonstration, and friendly competition. It's a perfect chance to see ham radio in action and discover its importance in emergency communications. Now, the event's highlights, again, we're still on their website, on their planned events website. Live radio demonstrations, hands-on experience for newcomers. Now, this event is open to the public, and we encourage families, scouts, community members to join us. And for more information, stay tuned to our club's website. Again, that's RIOARC.org, and also visit the social media. And again, all those links are on their website. We look forward to seeing you there. 73 Rio ARC. All right, there you go. There you go. Now, I did reach out to the point of contact, and I requested a brief interview to have him here on the show, and I'm just waiting on response. It's going to be a 5-10 minute interview, so hopefully we'll get it done before the actual ARRL Field Day kicks off, and we'll have it here again, personally inviting you to attend. Alrighty. Also on the RioARC.org website, again, as a reminder, breakfast every Wednesday at 8 a.m. at Los Leones in La Feria, Texas. And breakfast every Saturday morning. Now, I am recording this on Saturday, the 14th of June. It's about 10:45 a.m. So breakfast just about letting out over there at Tejano Grill in Harlingen. And, of course, they have their monthly club meeting, 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., the second Tuesday of each month, except December, at the Harlingen Irrigation District, 301 East Pierce in Harlingen, Texas. As always, members and guests are welcome and encouraged to attend all meetings, breakfast, and public events. So again, look forward to seeing you there. All right, let's head over to the Whiskey 5 Romeo Golf Victor.org website, or the W5RGV website. There it is. And where are you? There you are. And again, that's the official website for the South Texas Amateur Repeater Society. The official website, again, for the South Texas Amateur Repeater Society, or STARS. That's right. So, a couple of things they want to share there. One, the Valley Information Net, again, on the STARS Link Repeater System every day, every single day. And I shared some history about that net, the Valley Information Net, on last episode 4. Now, it's every day, 7 p.m. Central Time. All licensed amateur radio operators are welcome to participate. Check in. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us how your day's going. See if you need any assistance with something. Somebody might know something. Somebody might be able to help, and somebody might be able to point you in the right direction. So again, join us. Listen if you're a licensed ham or amateur radio operator. And if you're not licensed, listen anyway. Listen. You just go in there, listen. Do not key up that mic. But listen to what's going on. Get a feel for it. And then when you're ready and you're licensed, key up that mic and join the conversation. They really want to have you there. I welcome you there. They welcome you there. Everybody welcomes you there. So again, don't hesitate. Now, as you get further into this, District 21 RACES, RACES net. There's a RACES net, and again, it's for emergency services kind of situation. And again, radio amateur or amateur radio emergency services type of communications, hurricanes, severe weathers, things like that, sustained power outages, situations like that. And again, there's monthly meetings for that group on the first Wednesday of every month at 7:30 p.m. Central on the STARS linked repeater system. So there it is, the Whiskey 5 Romeo Golf Victor.org website, w5rgv.org website. All right, let's head on over to the RGV ARC.org. That's the Rio Grande Valley Amateur Radio Club. And let me pull them up here on the net. That's right, Rio Grande Valley Amateur Radio Club, RGVARC.org. And they got District 3 ARESnet, ARESnet. And that's every Thursday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the Rio Link repeater system. Now, folks, I will go into a little bit more detail on RACES and ARES and what that's all about. Alrighty. Sundays, every Sunday, Simplex Sunday, every Sunday evening at 6 p.m. on the 146.520 megahertz frequency. Tune in, listen. Again, remember, Simplex is point to point, right? But one person can talk, or otherwise at a time. So it's point to point. There's no repeater system, meaning you key up and people someplace else at the other end of the repeater system, many, many miles away, can hear you. No, Simplex is the power of your antenna, or the strength that you put out, and the type of antenna you have, and who can hear you and who you can hear. So that's always fun to kind of know who your neighbors are, who can hear you. And that's a good thing because you never know. Alrighty, so again, 146.520, that is the national Simplex calling frequency in the United States for amateur radio. So again, tune in. If you are not licensed, tune in, just listen. But if you are licensed, join the net. Find out who can hear you in a situation. And so the net control is a good friend of 73 in the RGV. And again, I mentioned him before. That would be Kilo Z5 Delta November Alpha, or KZ5 DNA. KZ5 DNA. And Rag Chew Monday, that takes us to Monday now. Every Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time on the Rio Link repeater system, the net control. And again, the net control is, that's right, KZ5 DNA, Kilo Z5 Delta November Alpha, KZ5 DNA, good friend of 73 in the RGV. Chime in, say hello. And I heard you the last time who checked in, mentioned that they heard this Rag Chew, about this Rag Chew on this podcast. So again, thank you for giving us a shout out. Do appreciate you listening. Thank you for listening. And hey, folks, if you're not on the air yet and you've started, or you're going to, and you heard it here, just let them know, hey, 73 in the RGV said I can come on board and I'd be welcome, because yes, you would be, and yes, you will be, but you need to be licensed. Alrighty, now breakfast every Saturday. Now this is for the individuals in the Upper Valley, or if you want to travel, it doesn't matter where you're at. But this every Saturday at 10 a.m. So it's about now 49 minutes into the Saturday breakfast at the Junction Cafe. The Junction Cafe is at the southeast corner of Business 83 and Cage Boulevard in Pharr, Texas. It's an institution there. It's been there forever. I think it's like they're going on their 730th year of existence. Great food, great dining, great people, great atmosphere, quality food, quality people. What do you expect? They've been there a while. They've been successful. You know, other places have come and gone, but the Junction Cafe remains. So pay them a visit. Check them out. Even if you're not there for the Saturday breakfast with the group, that's okay. You can be there any other time because they are open. And again, I'm not getting any any sponsorship out of this. But what I am saying is, folks, it's a great place to be. Go check it out if you're looking for something to eat and great food. Check out the Junction Cafe. But great conversations about amateur radio operator or any other topic. Visit on Saturdays at 10 a.m. in the morning. And usually they're in the banquet room. So ask for the banquet room. Just let them know that you're there to talk to the amateur radio operators, or you're looking for all the other radio operators, or the people that are walking around with the walkie-talkies. Because I did. And when I was there, when I did, others had their same handhelds. So we call them handhelds, but just they'll know it as walkie-talkies. It's okay. Either way, check it out. Alrighty, now, everyone, technician class license, general class license, amateur extra license holders, anybody that wants to talk about amateur radio, their journey into the hobby, and anything else ham radio related, please do not hesitate. Drop me an email at ki5dog@yahoo.com. Again, ki5dog@yahoo.com. Let me know. We'll get you on. And, of course, as always, a special invitation to the Amateur Radio Club officers, public affairs representatives, to join me on the podcast to share the latest happenings, actions, and activities for your group, and how individuals can get a hold of you, and how they can join your group, which is actually pretty easy, but I'd rather let them tell you how to do it, or you visit their website. And questions, folks, if you got questions, we got answers. And when I say we, I mean all amateur radios. All amateur radio operators, we have questions. So we have no problem. We will listen. We will listen to your questions, and we'll give you our answers. Now, of course, you reach out to me, and I do not know the answers. That's the nice thing about being an amateur radio operator, is I know people. And we all know people who do know the answers, who have those answers. So again, don't hesitate to reach out. Check it out. And again, huge shout out to Kilo Juliet 5 Foxtrot Alpha X-Ray for, again, commenting on our YouTube channel. And if you're hearing this on the YouTube channel, you can also, and this is for everybody. If you're listening to this on the YouTube channel, you can get this podcast by visiting the Apple Podcast page to subscribe to hear this episode and all the episodes on your smartphone, your tablet, or computer. But again, if you're comfortable listening on YouTube, hey, don't hesitate, by all means. Alrighty. Now, lastly, if you are not yet a licensed amateur radio operator, please protect the airwaves by keeping the pirate in you at bay. Yes, piracy or transmission by unlicensed individuals or parties is a federal crime and punishable. It's a federal crime that's punishable with fines of up to $10,000 and/or imprisonment for up to 1 year. Golly, I'm transposing numbers. So again, let me rephrase that. Piracy or radio transmissions by unlicensed individuals or parties is a federal crime punishable with fines up to $10,000 and/or imprisonment for up to 1 year. Now, with increased penalties for subsequent violations. So if you do it one time, you get caught, there's that. Then you do it again, well, there might be more, and so on and so on. So, folks, it's not worth it. Not in this economy, not in this day and age. No, get licensed. Get licensed. $35 for the license. Take the test and get licensed. And my dog agrees. He's over there barking up a storm. So, get the license. Join this awesome community. Let's have some fun. Let's hear you on the air. Alrighty, so we're wrapping this up. So again, I want to thank you for joining us today. We hope you come back often. Remember, in the next episode, we're going to talk about the vanity call sign. The vanity call sign. It should have been this episode, but again, I had to correct the issue of omitting how to get the FRN number. So there we go. So hopefully this helps. And again, visit the show notes to get those links to get yourself started. Well, listen, I am now returning this frequency back to regular amateur use. And until next time, this is 73 in the RGV, and I am Kilo India 5 Delta Oscar Golf, clear on your final 73.